disappointing, obviously. Had trouble with their guards. We knew that was a possibility. Those guys are very quick. Didn't take good enough care of the ball, and resulted in a lot of points for them. And our turnovers resulted in points. Theirs didn't. We had a couple of chances where we could have built the lead out, and one time we just made two careless turnovers that gave them layups, and but it felt like we were fighting it the whole night. I have to clean up the shot selection. We don't value taking the right kind of shots like we need to yet, and that really put us in bad positions defensively to try to guard, and so I've got to help them have a better understanding of what a good shot and a bad shot is. We were down one there with 20 whatever seconds it was to go, and we ran a play that we've worked on in practice, and literally we've run it for Ryan every time, and every time we've got that same shot that he shot, and every time he's made it. I think we ran it 3 times in practice, and he scored all 3 times, and he was wide open. He just couldn't get it in the goal, which we can't blame him. He played his butt off, but. And then I thought we got Parker a decent look there when we were down 3. It's sometimes it's hard to get a good look when you're down 3, when the other team knows you need 3. And I thought we got him a decent look. He didn't get his best shot off, but anyway, disappointing and not very much fun right now. That's for sure.
Kevin, it seemed like you threw a lot at them on ball at the perimeter, but was it just a case at the end of the day that you didn't have the personnel that could stop their dribble drive penetration?
There were times when we defended them well, and there were times when we didn't, and but certainly when you look up and you see a guy gets 29, that's too many. So we didn't do a good enough job on him for sure.
Yeah, with your all's defensive struggles both on the perimeter, and the down low too, with some uncontested layups. So that's something that you chalk up more, to personnel with these guys maybe not being quick enough. How much of it do you maybe attribute to inexperience?
I think there's, in some cases there's both. Sometimes it's getting in poor position or not using good fundamentals, and then sometimes it's a guy may be a little quicker than you, so he gets by you. Sometimes it's youth, because if a guy keeps doing the same thing time after time, you have to learn that lesson and say, okay, well, if he's gone right 3 times in a row, maybe I need to do something and send him back the other direction for once and see what happens then. But again, those are lessons that you don't have to go through too much with experienced guys, and so again, we had chances to win it, and we missed a critical free throw that would have kept it tied, and missed a couple of shots that were pretty good looks, and at the end of the game, it's going to be one possession, and we just have to keep working and keep trying. They played hard. Our guys, they play hard, and they compete. They want to do the right thing. They just can't always get it done quite yet.
Kevin, you guys feel like you have the support of the fan base right now?
I don't think about that. I support my team. I'm just worried about making my team better, and so that's not really something I hope so. I hope these guys have the support of the fan base, because they certainly deserve it. They're good kids.
Do you feel like it's going to take patience?
Yeah, I think that for sure. I could have told you that last year. It's going to take patience, and we've had to start over, and so that's that's a little bit what we're dealing with. I think we've got some good players. I think we got some guys who are going to grow into being very good players, and there's going to be some growing pains along the way. But I'm very well aware of where, I knew it almost the day I took the job. So, yeah.
Kevin, when you got so many new faces and you have not the results you're looking for early, how do you approach it when you got a quick turnaround? Do you kind of, I don't want to say go easier on them, but do you try to say, hey, this is part of the process, or do you sort of drill down to the nitty gritty?
No, I think that I'll point out the things that I thought that we didn't do well enough for us to be a winning team. For instance, our shot selection I didn't think was such that it's going to really give us a chance to be a winning team. I'm not, they tried their butts off. There wasn't, I didn't have a complaint with one guy not playing hard or not trying to guard or not trying to do what he was asked to do. I mean, it's just, now we didn't always do it. We didn't do everything right, of course, but no, we'll come in tomorrow and look at a few things on film and have a brief workout and try to get ready for Wednesday night. And that's all we can do. It's all we can do. And we run out there tonight with, 3 freshmen in the starting lineup and a junior college player who's playing his second Division I game. So it's not. We're going to have some growing pains. We just are. And I felt like we should have won tonight. I felt like we should have won, but we didn't. So, but I'm not going to blame the players. They tried as hard as they could.
This time last week, Kevin, how likely would you have thought that your team would have started 0-2 dropping this first day?
I try not to think of such things, Craig. I try to just focus on the day at hand, and my responsibility is to help these guys play as close to their potential as I can get them to play, and you hope that in doing so that you achieve results that are pleasing to the players, mostly, certainly pleasing to the fans and everybody else that supports the program. And the only way that I know how to achieve those results is to keep trying to help these guys get better each day. And I can't worry about records, and I can't worry about if we're this or if we're that. And my concern is helping these guys grow, and at this juncture, helping them maintain some confidence and supporting them so that they know that their coaches are firmly planted right beside them, and we're going to do the best we can with this thing.
Coach, Millie seemed to be a big factor in erasing that 7-point deficit that you guys faced, but you didn't have him in there towards the end. Was there a reason for that?
Yeah, that was one thing I second-guessed myself walking off the court. I thought maybe I should have given Millie more run. Marcus did not have a good night, and so that would be the first thing that I would say that if I had to do something differently, I would have probably played Millie a little bit more going down the stretch. I got to a point where he'd been sitting there a while, and so then, it's like, oh, do you want to put him back in with a minute to go in the game? And at that point, you don't want to take a cold guy and stick him in a game in that kind of situation. But that was literally the first thing I thought to myself, because the first thing I always try to think about is, what could I have done better? What should I have done? What decisions should I have made different? And that was probably the first one that came to my mind, because Millie did give us a spark. You're right.
Last question. Kevin, what have you seen from Shamil, that's allowed him to have some offensive success early, and what are the areas you'd still like to see him grow?
What I've seen from Shamil that I like is aggression. What I've seen from Shamil that I would like to see improved is discretion. And when he learns when to and when not to, he's going to be even better. And he's talented. I mean, that's obvious. He's talented, but sometimes he tries to force it, and we need him to understand when to and when not to, and that's just part of the growth process. And he's a great kid. He's got a great heart. He wants to win. He plays his butt off on defense. But that's where I've got to help him. I've got to help him make better decisions when he's got the ball in his hands when the opportunity's not there.